Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back. It looks great to see you all. Hope everyone's all ready for a brand new week. A couple of nice little movers. Let me tell you something. Good to see you, Brian. Good to see you, Leah, Michael, everyone on social media. Welcome back. Let me tell you, let's talk about what happened Friday. So I got my ass kicked on Friday. I really, really did. It was probably the second biggest day I lost of all year. Okay. First was the whatchamacallit, Liberation Day, okay? And then it was Friday. Now I want to talk a little about it because some good things came out of it and bad things came out of it. All right. And then we're gonna go through the watch list and stuff like that. But obviously, if you subscribe to my channel, I did tell you what was gonna happen. I did come out with a video in the middle of the day telling you that what happened. Trump came out with this big news. And let me just bring this up. That was that from yesterday. Here we go. Yeah. So he came out with this news that he is going to. This is actually when the news came out right here. I think it is right there, right around 11 o'clock, regarding he's going to put a big tariff on China because of rare earth minerals. I want to talk a little bit about that really quick because I'm going to do a video on that. That's going to come up. I'm going to do one in the middle of the day today because there are some really nice rare earth mineral stocks I want to talk about. I'm going to tell you which ones to watch out for and what you got to be careful about them. But the problem is that China's not playing and being fair. Okay. Here in the United States, we have all the rare earth materials that we could build. We don't need China. That's not the problem. The problem is refining them. Okay. And making them. And China, we've probably all learned what happened with COVID with China, with the, with all the stuff they make there and how they can affect everybody. We're really depending on China very much. And this president obviously is trying to take everything back. So, but this you just can't do it in a snap of a finger. It just doesn't happen. Those places don't exist. You got to do it. So there's a lot of that caused a big crash. So I got my ass kicked in Tesla. I really, really did. You could see it right here. It basically came down that right here on the second one I was going to get out. And this is my problem. Okay. If I sold it, I knew I was going to buy it back. All right. So it was my second biggest losing day of the year. Okay. Like I said, and I'm going to admit it. Some of you also did. You probably felt the same way. The good thing is you could see that if I did get out, I would have to buy it back this morning. It's back to where we are right now. Okay. So that's the bad thing about it and the good thing about it. So, jumping back into it kind of stinks. You know what I mean? And it's not like I was buying it cheaper, but that happened across the board. NVIDIA, same thing. Huge crash right here. Right back to where it ended right around 11 o'clock. Everything is pretty much there. So if Friday was a great short day. I mean, like news like that is, even though you're long positions, you could always short them. So all of them did did well. I mean, they just going across the board, Intel, Microsoft, Apple, all of them, especially the ones that depend on the rare earth minerals, because the thing is, to make all these components for the cars and computers, all those gadgets and stuff like that, those are metals in there. That's not plastic. All right. Those are metals, and you need special types of metals to make those. So little the supply chain that's made with China, you start realizing that, they're trying to, say they really want to take control. And you know what? Touche to them. They're doing a really good job. They played the long game and it worked out for them. Okay. But I think now they're encountering a president not going to obviously deal with that. And, so you could see that now you're seeing somebody kind of showing their hand. And that's what's going to happen for us as traders. If you're a long-term trader, you got to be careful for some of us, on the swing trades. But for the certain industries, certain stocks are doing pretty well. Getting back to some of the big things that we're trying to depend on. There was a pretty good buy on all the nuclear stocks. OKLO just keeps going. We watched that stock on Friday. That did really great with a big pop, making all-time highs, basically testing the high on Friday, just every day. That one, SMR, another, a nuclear stock. NNE, another nuclear stock. You can see them; they're all doing pretty well. So that one, and I'm going to give you the list of the raw material companies, manufacturers that I'm finding. I'll tell you one. One of them already in right now. I'll give you a list later, but this is the other one I jumped in, which was the NAK. Okay, NAK. I did jump in this stock. Some of you remember this one right here. This stock went from 120, shot up. It's all about right around here. A lot of us traded it right here, right around the 180 to $2 range. Okay, cheap stock, very inexpensive. It's got to get past this high right here, 230. So let me just tell you what the news out on certain stocks. So Trump passed did something for a company where he said that he's going to allow them to drill, for raw materials. So that's like, somebody's giving a company a boat of money. So, and remember, the president has the power of stop drilling and doing drilling, passing, passing certain laws and not passing certain laws. Well, so he could do a lot, control money, not control money. So he's a big fan of nuclear power. He's not a fan of solar power. He knows that it's important about these raw earth minerals. I think that's going to be the next biggest thing. So I really want you guys to keep a very close eye on that. All right. So, just by the way, we're going to put it on the list. But regarding about also what happened on Friday, I mean, I don't know what more I can go through. It was just a short going all the way down. There were a couple of stocks that were not that bad. What I got here. Hold on. Just fixing something here a little quick. We had a couple of stocks. I mean, just down the list on Friday, we did post up that list, and we always do. UVAX. I mean, like there was the opposite on the short. That one really went well. So you could have went long that one. MSTZ. That one did really well. What else we had? UEC. That one did really well, and it's still doing well too. Uranium stocks also, all of them doing pretty well. UNC. All right, so put that one on your watch list. It's going back on there. ASPI, another one, putting that back on the watch list, moving up pretty nicely. You could see how it did well on Friday. Really nice move there from like 850 up to 11. It's already 1160. That one's going back on the watch list. ASPI. That one's doing pretty well. Remember, that's how these swing trades become, they start as day trades. So that one's did pretty well. We had GWH. That one has continued to go higher too. Look at that. Very good from Thursday to Friday. Thursday, the thing was down to $1. The damn thing went to $8. Now, this is where I get a little nervous, and that this is where I feel like we'll get a little short squeeze going on. But that one, we'll put that back on the watch list. I'd maybe be a little concerned jumping in yet, but it's up 42% this morning. That one made the watch list. And then obviously the list goes on and on with the shorts. I mean, you had the SPYs, you had everything just going down that list. The SPYs, CRCL, NVDI, all of it. Now, and before we go through the watch list and start seeing what's moving this morning, first of all, congratulations to big day today. The hostages got released, from Israel. So I think everyone's pretty happy about that. So that's great news. Hopefully the war hopefully technically is over, but so that's been that. I think that's great for all of us. Now, what I was looking into, okay, is Trump did a big speech in Israel, and I'm just listening just a little bit, tips and tads, what he's leaning and what he's talking about next, because remember, what he says actually does affect the market. So, the market obviously recovered a lot, but I did hear that Bassett this morning on Fox Business, and he did mention that they're looking into maybe, adding these tariffs. It says it's not guaranteed. All right. So that may be, one of the reasons why the market's also up. I don't think it's really up because of the war, which does sometimes do help. But I was worried about what's happening because the crash all started about them raising those tariffs. So let's see how that pans out, because it's going to be pretty volatile. And all I'm saying to you guys right now is, if you're a swing trader, try to keep the cash around a little bit, because you're going to need it. All right. Remember, when you're swing trading, day trading, you can get in, you can get out, right? but a lot of you are doing swing trades, and it takes a day to clear. So you sell something, you can't sell something, buy something the same day. So little technique is, don't always be in 100% in equity. Try to have some cash laying around for certain things. All right, now let's go through the watch list, because there are a couple of stocks that are moving. Here's a company, a battery material company. Once again, battery stocks, all that. Plug, all those are doing pretty well. But this one right here had a pretty good move this morning. There's about 100,000 share buyer right now. You can see right here, right around 285. Okay, holding pretty strong. There's a big iceberg order right there around 390. So, basically that's that support level. So we'll put this on our watch list right here. ELBM. That one's number 100%. It's up 100% on the day. Here's another one, STI. And I know a lot of you trade these in pre-market, and we did already had them on the list, but they still look pretty strong. STI, another very nice little moving stock, 31 million shares. Pretty crazy, though. It's probably a category 4. Let me just show you level 4. This thing is just ugly. Big resistance here at 12. You could see tier size are pretty small already on level 4. So even you can see it here. So unless you're category 4 traders, stay away from it. PMAX is another one that's moving this morning. Okay, so the issue I have with the stock is somebody got executed already this morning. You see a big buy right there? There was a big order out here right around here, 20,000 shares at 510. Yeah, there he is. Looks like he's getting hit. So listen, the stock had a huge run up early in the morning hours, starting to trend down a little bit. I'll put this on the B list. PMAX. All right. This one's up 52%. NDRA. Another stock a little over the place. I mean, big run up early this morning, starting to trend down a little bit. I mean, spread is pretty ugly. I'm going to scratch that for now. CHNR, another stock, very ugly spread, already gapped up, starting to trend down a little bit. ACON, nope. AVGX, okay, so we just posted some news out on this stock. I know Josh just posted up there, up 7% on news. OpenAI and Broadcom announced strategic collaboration to deploy 10 gigawatts of OpenAI design AI, whatever that means, okay? Oh, I know, they love the news. So this stock is obviously doing just absolutely great. It's got a lot of ETFs on it. So that stock symbol is AVGO. You could see how that news came out right there and just popped from like 330 up to 370. So there are a lot of these stocks are in here, all the ETFs. That's an ETF. AVGG, AVGX, probably some more out there. That stock's up about 20%. Maybe this one right here, AVL. My God, I can't believe how many. It's so crazy. I can't believe how many ETFs there are on a specific stock. I mean, there's probably 25,000 public stocks with the ETFs on each one of them. They probably raised to 100, maybe more. It's just unbelievable. So that pretty much does it there in the New York Stock Exchange. Losers, this stock got destroyed. Okay, and then remember, everybody, it is a pharmaceutical stock, and they don't come back. So it's not on the watch list. ASST, we've traded this stock sometimes, and looks like it's starting to come back. I think got crushed. Holy crap. Where's support levels here? 40 cents? Looks like a gap fill if you're asking me. $1.50. Yeah, ooh, that doesn't look good for that one too. Listen, there is support levels. There is a support and everything. Once it breaks that. This one also is moving up pretty nicely too this morning. This GWH. This stock had a pretty decent move on Friday, and she's moving again this morning. As orders go, I see a whole stack of them right around $7 to $8, right around there. A lot of selling going on right now in pre-market, though, it looks like. So looks like a lot of transactions on the bid. BB, another one. Bloom Energy. Anything that has to do with energy, minerals, everything. And I know that one of us, gold has just broke all-time highs. 41,000 it hit. I mean, gold is just on fire. I was on a call and a a conference with with a bunch of analysts, and honestly, I think it's going to hit 4,500 to 5,000. This thing has just been gold has just been on fire. Remember, you don't have to buy gold. There's a lot of ETFs. There's GLD. There's Nugget. There's a bunch of them out there. All right. UUU is moving up again. That was another stock that we did really well with on Friday. UUU has been on a really nice tear. $15 stock up to 23. That one right there on the list, a 15% again this morning. So a lot of big movement in a lot of these stocks. All right, let's get ready for the market open up, everyone. We got 15 minutes. If you're watching on social media, if you guys want to come join our trading floor, let me just put that. This is basically the QR code. Take your phone, scan it, and you could join us. We're here all day. I know we have a lot of new trial members that have joined us that are going to be in the room. If you're new here, I'm going to always tell you, you only have one job. Look, listen, and learn, the 3 L's, okay? Don't buy anything. We didn't teach you. You're only here to see if the other traders, how they think for themselves, okay? And, because remember, this is not for everyone. And just make sure you watch those videos that we gave you and talk to your education advisor and just sit back and just have fun, all right? You don't got to be here all day, but definitely be here in the first hour and the last hour. Today, we do have phase 1 that's starting, the new cycle of classes. They start at 10:30 after our morning meeting. So anyone, all your students out there, you're all invited. Very important part of the class. Remember, I always tell you that first lesson is about 50% of the failure rate of trading. So, it's all about tradable and non-tradable. So phase 1 starts this week, going from today to tomorrow. Me and Josh are going to be in Orlando for the Money Show on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you could be in the area, and also any other questions, remember, in the following week, we have the on-site. So please make sure you're registered. If you can't come live, you could always do a webcast. All right. By the way, happy birthday to Lawrence. It looks like everyone's welcoming him. Happy birthday. And also Columbus Day, one of my favorite holidays, being Italian myself. Same thing for you, Andrea. Discovered America. And, also I know today is Canada Day, right? It's Thanksgiving for all of you guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy that turkey. All right, good. All right, traders, we'll be back. Won't go anywhere. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And like I said, anybody watching on social media, you got that QR code or you have the address ctu.co/free. We'll see you in there. Good luck, everyone. We'll be right back. Me and Josh and Rich will be here in a minute.